Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Peepa. Come here. What's up and welcome back to X-Bricks. I thought it'd be finally time to put a face to the name. Or a face to the name. Anyway, thank you guys so much for over 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it. It's pretty cool to think that 1,000 people are tuning into my videos and watching my content and liking my creations, and it just really means a lot. But yeah, so something I thought I'd do to celebrate is do a little bit of a MOC building series, which is something I've never really done before, but I've always kind of wanted to do it, and I thought I'd give it a try. And so yeah, it's not going to be that big because they're like the other building series out there. It's going to be relatively small, but it'll be pretty big for my standards. And yeah, if you couldn't already tell by the name of the video, we're going to be doing it on a medieval castle. I've always wanted to do this sort of thing, like build a big-ish medieval castle, and I thought that this is probably perfect time to do it, and perfect thing to do it in a building series. So yeah, I think that's about it. Without further ado, let's get straight to planning. Okay, back in my humble little building area. I forgot to mention, I want to complete this building series, or this MOC, before the first snowfall here, which might seem pretty doable, but up here in northern Canada, it can snow as early as October. So hopefully I get to finish that so that I can film it outside and it's nice and green, so it goes with the rest of the MOC. But yeah, that's the goal. Anyway, I got a plan here I just drew out kind of like the layout of the MOC, and I think I'm just gonna explain to you guys how everything's gonna look and what my vision is for the MOC. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go through this relatively quickly because I know how boring it can be sometimes to go through a plan. That being said, I think it's pretty important to have a plan. So starting off, it's gonna be freeform. And so I'm gonna build some rock work kind of along the edges here. There's gonna be one big chunk of rock here, and then a little bit of a smaller section here. It's gonna be a little bit taller than normal, if you know what I mean. Like, instead of maybe, let's say 2 studs from the bottom, it might be like 6. So just to give it some nice height. And then same with the freeform, we're gonna have like these grassy sections that are kind of, right beside the rocks. And those parts are gonna kind of be right along here. And then back here. And then hopefully, if I have room, right along the castle wall there too. I forgot to there's gonna be a rock here. We're gonna have a pathway leading up to this bridge that goes across a river. So the path is gonna be kind of leading up here, and then the bridge will be going across the river. And the river is also gonna be really fun to build. I've done it once before, way back when I was a lot younger, but I'm gonna make the river out of these, here, wait, let me just show you. So the river's gonna kind of come through the whole MOC like that, and there's gonna be a bridge over top of it, which is gonna be cool. But I'm gonna make the water out of these transparent 1x1 studs. I'm just gonna basically just pour them in there. It looks really cool, and I thought it's kind of a perfect use of pieces. And then finally, the main part, which is the castle. And the castle is just gonna be relatively simple, I think. I'm still gonna try and do some cool building techniques with it. But I wanna make it like stand out. I want it to be the center of attention of the eye. And yeah, there's gonna be like a sort of, this is gonna be like a tower of the castle. This is gonna be the main section of the castle. This is gonna be a tower. And then there's gonna kind of be like a archway in between. I actually have some reference images here pulled up on my computer. Here, let me just get it out. Here we go. Okay, this is Hypolite Bricks, one of my favorite Lego YouTubers. He makes some really cool Lego Star Wars stuff. But as you can see, this is kind of going to be my inspiration for the terrain. It's going to be rocky, sort of, like right here, and then have these little green patches, and the green is going to surround the rock. I think it's going to look super cool. I really like this MOC of his. Go check him out if you don't know who he is. And then for the castle inspiration, I'm going off this one here by BDD Builds. Super cool Lego castle. As you can see, I kind of took inspiration from this little archway and this castle tower that I'm going to include here. So that sort of thing. But then, you know, I'm just going to take the classic inspiration of how to build these cool, like, stereotypical castle arches and the little watchtowers, because honestly I'm not entirely sure how to build those, so always got to use some reference images, because that's good. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums up everything. Of course, as I go along, I will end up changing things, just because either I don't have enough pieces, or I think something would look better than what I originally planned out. So everything is subject to change, but for now, this is the main plan. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let's get straight into the minifigures and the pieces that I'm going to use. The MOC is going to be built as if it was kind of taken as a chunk straight out of the ground in a beautiful forest. Naturally, then, the primary colors that I'll be using are dark gray for the rocks, light gray for the castle walls, green and light green for the ground and hills, and brown for the pathway. And obviously there has to be little pops of color, so I will be using transparent light blue for the water, this nice lavender for the primary flowers, as well as yellow and pink for other flowers and assorted plants around the MOC. As for the minifigures, I'm going to be honest, I don't have a lot that fit the theme of medieval castles, but I do have this beautiful horse, as well as these two blue knights from the medieval blacksmith set. I really quite like these knights, but I also have these other two knights that came from a minifigure series mystery pack back in the day, and these are pretty cool too. If you guys have any suggestions for minifigures that I could use or that I could potentially buy, leave a suggestion in the comments and I'll happily look it over. Anyway, I think that pretty much wraps up this video. I'm sorry it was a little boring today, but I promise you that the next video will jump straight into actually starting the build. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates along the way. Peace!